Hi, welcome to Propel America. This information session is for medical assistant training in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area, Camden, New Jersey, and Newark, New Jersey. Today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about Propel, about our fellowship, specifically talking about our medical assisting pathway, and we'll let you know how to apply. Let's talk about Propel. Propel America is a nonprofit organization, and we help young people launch their careers in medical training in the healthcare industry. We work with colleges and employers in order to connect you to affordable training and a great job right in your community. What is a medical assistant? Let's talk about it. They're members of the healthcare team, and usually the first face that a patient will see when you go into a medical office. A medical assistant will often collect your health history, collect vital signs. They might update and organize the patient file. They may ask a patient questions about why they're there to see the doctor that day. They also collect samples from patients for testing, and they arrange for hospital admissions or testing, blood testing, laboratory testing, etc. They may also schedule appointments and prepare patients for any screenings they may have with the doctor. Essentially, they help with everything involved with the patient visit as needed. So what are some career trajectories you might see as a medical assistant? Well, on average, the national average for a medical assistant salary starts at about $42,000. And there are different pathways that you can take. We say that medical assisting is actually the first step into a job within the medical career. So you can really take it. Here are some samples of some advanced clinical trainings that you can take to increase your training, your background, as well as your salary. There are also some administrative certificates that you can get if you don't want to be as patient-facing, because medical assistants, I say, are the best of both worlds, has some administrative and some patient-facing. As you continue your journey, if you wanted to continue to get further degrees, as you can see, you can get to an LPN or registered nurse. So there are different pathways that you can take in order to launch your career. Some of our current employer partners, specifically in the PA and New Jersey areas, are RWJ Barnabas Health in Newark, Cooper University Healthcare in Camden, New Jersey, and Penn Medicine in Philadelphia. Let's talk a little bit more about the fellowship. So what is it exactly? Well, first of all, Propel provides you with a one-to-one coach who's there to provide you with career support that's personalized, and they're going to help you succeed in the program. I call them a mentor or a coach who's going to just help guide you and get you on the right path to reach your career goals. We also provide professional development. You meet once a week with your peers and an instructor where you become career ready. This includes improving your resume, getting ready for those interviews, and looking at some of the skill sets that the hospital partners may want from their employees that are not medical. We also provide you with a $500 stipend over the course of the program in order to help offset some of your own costs. The training is about 24 weeks online. Some of those classes are in person. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And then we provide you with job search support. So you're going to be interviewing for full-time employment with our employer partners, as mentioned in the previous slide. So let's talk about what your fellowship journey will look like. July 14th is the last day to apply for our fellowship. In August, you will receive your acceptance information and prepare for training with Propel. September through March, you will actually be in classes. The 24 weeks, you will be taking the online courses with some in-person courses, as well as Propel's professional development classes. Just so you know, classes are every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. That's 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday for our university partner classes, and every Wednesday for our Propel professional development classes. In March, you will sit for and take your certification exam and pass it. By April, you're completing your internship hours, which is about 160 hours or 6 weeks. And by May, you will see yourself interviewing or already starting a full-time position with one of our employer partners. Once again, just a reminder, our application is due on Friday, July 14th. All your FAFSA submissions and other components will be due by August 11th. So what topics are you going to discuss when you are in our program for the 24 weeks? Well, let's talk about that. You will be taking a medical administration course, which includes medical coding and billing, laws and ethics, insurance processing, even some human resources pieces. The second course you'll be taking is anatomy and physiology. You'll learn all about the body systems. You're going to learn some medical terminology. Get ready to get your flashcards ready. You'll learn a little bit about the EKG. You'll also take clinical medical assisting, which provides you with information on how to give patients some education, how to take vital signs, how to assist a doctor with a physical examination, maybe some lab procedures. Certainly, you'll learn first aid, CPR, and some phlebotomy. Finally, with your medical courses, you'll learn asepsis, which is basically how to keep yourself and your patient bacteria-free. You will learn about sterilization, keeping the room clean, any lab procedures, some minor clinical pharmacology. And finally, your Propel classes is your professional development course. That is going to help you build your career identity, build your resume, help you with interviewing, and how to navigate the workplace. So the academic experience at NLU, here's some more details. Your online coursework, you're going to take 4 courses at first over 24 weeks, with the 5th class being your externship. You must pass all your courses. You must score 70 or better to pass each course. You will be spending about 20 to 25 hours per week studying on your own, reading, doing quizzes, submitting homework online. Again, you're going to meet twice weekly. We talked about that a little earlier, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 8 p.m. You're going to have an in-person skills lab about 1 time a month in the beginning, and right in your final month of course, you'll go about 3 or 4 times. You're going to have your in-person clinical hours. It's across 6 weeks when you are done with your academic coursework. You will also sit for your certification exam. That certification exam is called the Certified Clinical Medical Assisting, or the CCMA, by the National Health Association. You will earn 30 quarter-hour college credits during your coursework. And all your tuition for the program is covered by Propel, NLU, and any federal Pell grants, which means there are no out-of-pocket costs to you. The medical assistant certification exam, it's nationally recognized to support you as a medical assistant. You can take it anywhere outside. If you decide to move or decide to restructure your life, you can absolutely take your certification with you. We do have multiple practice exams and test prep as part of your coursework. You will be taking the exam at no cost to you. We will cover the costs. And just a quick note that in New Jersey, fellows have to pass the exam in order to be hired. And in Philly, you must pass the exam within 90 days of starting your employment. So what are we looking for? We're looking for people who are interested in the healthcare field. You're open to feedback. You don't mind hearing about areas where you can improve, and you're open to it. You want to learn, you want to grow. You're ready to learn online. You're comfortable with online work and computers. Part of our process to apply to our program is that you have to schedule an interview with our admissions team. What do these questions look like? Well, we're looking for your overall interest in healthcare and what are your long-term career goals. We're looking to see if you have any experience or want to do customer service, as again, the medical assistant is very much patient-facing. That you are comfortable with being able to have difficult conversations, that you do have good time management skills, and that you share compassion for your patients. So, what does the clinical hours look like when you get your hands on practice? Well, it's a total of 160 weeks. It's going to take hours. It's going to take you about 6 weeks to complete. Clinicals are done with our employer partners. You could be placed in a variety of different healthcare settings, including primary care, cancer clinics, pediatrics, etc. This is going to be your chance to shadow other medical assistants, learn about the details of your job, practice your clinical skills with real patients, and get oriented to your workplace. Finally, how do I apply? Well, here's some of the requirements. 18 to 24, living in or near Camden, Newark, and Philly. An interest in launching your career as a medical assistant, that you can dedicate 20 to 25 hours a week to our program. You're interested in learning online and attending virtual classes. You must have a high school diploma or a GED with a minimum of a 2.0 average. To be admitted, you must show proof of your first COVID vaccination. You must be able to upload a copy of your immunization record. And for my Philly students only, you do have to show proof of health insurance. Before you start clinical internship, you are going to be responsible to show proof of the immunization records listed below, including Hep B, MMR, varicella, TB test, flu shot, etc. You need to be able to pass a background check and a drug test. Here is our URL. You can absolutely apply from now until July 14th. That is our deadline for the fall start. You can start all your application process, including our National Louis University application. We do send you information on how to complete that, completing your FAFSA, submitting your transcript, your COVID vaccine, your immunization record, and your proof of health insurance. Remember that an interview is part of the process, so as you're submitting these things, you will hear from our admissions team who will be able to schedule an interview with you. So look out for an email from us and a text with a link to complete our Propel application, application to National Louis University, including the transcripts, submitting your FAFSA, and submitting your externship requirements. Thanks for joining us today.